Good evening. Welcome to tonight's Risk Dial update. The North Central District Health Department has updated their risk dial for the coming week, and Holt County's number has remained steady at 2.6 on the risk dial, which continues to place the county as a whole in the orange or elevated risk area. Current case positivity numbers for our staff and students are less than 0.5%, and only 5% of our staff and students are currently quarantined. Based on those numbers, we feel confident that we can safely operate with our modified learning plan for yellow. This means regular full-day classes with mandatory masks and as much cohort grouping as possible for the rest of this week. We will be piloting our half-day orange operating procedures next Monday and Tuesday. Students whose last names begin with A through K will attend school from 8 a.m. to 11:15 p.m. Students whose last names begin with L through Z will attend school from 12:15 to 3:30 p.m. Students ordered their Monday meals today. They will be distributed on Friday at the end of the day. These meals are to be eaten at home. Students will order their meals for next Tuesday, tomorrow. They will take them home at the end of the day, next Monday. Please talk to your children about whether or not you want them to order meals for those 2 days. They will only receive meals if they pre-order them. There will be no school for students next Wednesday. School will resume on Monday, November 30th, for full-day instruction. Please be safe and avoid the 3 C's of COVID over the Thanksgiving break. Those are crowded places, close contacts, and confined spaces. Try and have a smaller Thanksgiving celebration so that we can finish the semester with full-day learning. Remember, wearing a mask continues to be the best way to combat the spread of the virus, so please try and ensure that your whole family does this when social distancing isn't possible.
Just a few elementary updates. Some more information about when we're in the orange practice. Reminder that breakfast lunches will be served in sacks to students on Friday for Monday and on Monday for Tuesday. Doors will open at 7:45 for the morning session and noon for the afternoon session. That is 15 minutes prior to the beginning of each session. In the event that we end up having to be in orange for a while, we ask that families join Seesaw. This is a way for classroom teachers to communicate with families. They're already doing so, and if you are not on Seesaw, you may be missing some great content from classrooms. If you need help joining Seesaw, please reach out to the office and we will help. Also, if your child is in quarantine and you do not have reliable internet access, please contact the school and just ask for me, as the district has acquired some hotspots that families can borrow to help with work completion. Finally, if your child is required to quarantine, students will be required to keep up with their schoolwork, which will be done mostly via Zoom. We've had great luck with this, and we owe a big thanks to our families, the students, and staff for all their hard work during these Zoom sessions.
The junior and senior high school will also pilot the 712 modified learning plan for orange on Monday and Tuesday. We will also have students attend by the first letter of their last names, A through K in the mornings and L through Z in the afternoons. Doors will open at the junior and senior high school just like the elementary at 7:45 a.m. for the morning session and at noon for the afternoon session. And as Mrs. Shane shared, students who wish to sign up for lunches should have done so earlier today. But if they forgot or have changed their mind and have decided to sign up, they need to call the school first thing in the morning. And just a reminder, breakfast and lunch for Monday will be sent home on Friday, and breakfast and lunch for Tuesday will be sent home on Monday. And it's important to keep those cold as well. A reminder that students who are quarantined or required to quarantine and isolate at home are expected to participate in their classes using Zoom if they're able. Students should be able to access all school assignments and related materials using their Canvas accounts. And if students do not connect while they're in quarantine, they may be considered as absent, and those absences can count against their cumulative attendance. If you do not have internet access, much like Mr. York shared at home, please contact me at the schools. We do have a few access to a few internet hotspots that you can use. If students or parents have questions or difficulties at any time, please feel to reach out to teachers, counselors, or myself. It is possible that students could have to quarantine multiple times, as this has already happened and we have another semester to go. So it is critical that students do all they can to engage in learning from home. And again, as I shared, if students choose not to participate remotely when they're able, they may be considered absent, and this absence may be included in their cumulative attendance records. And we want to work with students as best we can. We recognize this can be a real challenge, but it's also important for students to remain engaged in their classes as best they can. Our students who have been required to quarantine, for the most part, have done a pretty darn good job. We're down to about 18, 19 days left in the semester, so we really want to finish strong.
That's it for tonight, folks. As always, if you have any questions, you can contact Mr. York at the elementary, Mr. Fisher at the high school, or myself at central office. Stay